metalheads, what is up? Be sure to check out our heavy metal Pokemon store down in the description down below to get one of these two sweet Colorado Mamoswine shirts and support your Colorado Mamoswine in the PMC Season 3. What is up, metalheads? What is up? It's Heavy Metal Pokemon here, bringing you our Week 9 PMC battle. It's Pokemon Masters Cup versus Tyler Phantom Base and his New York Cosmogs. And we're going to try and put him back in the bag again this week again, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to try and put him back in the bag. So as you can see, the team we brought is down below. Check out his team, his side in the description. Be sure, if you do not know why we're bringing the monsters we're bringing, be sure to check that out down in the playlist down below. Let's take a look at his team real quick. So he's got Magirna, Adino, Naligo, Fire Dancing Guy, Alola Marowak, Electros, and Mamoswine. So we brought a pretty scary team. So let's get right into the battle, guys. Not waste any more time. So he's going to lead Magirna, and I'm going to go ahead and lead Ambipom. Thinking that he was going to lead this matchup, but try to set up early. So I wanted to be able to taunt, and that was my thought with that. So that is not. So I'm going to go ahead and Fire Punch, thinking that he's not going to try and shift gear or anything like that. Come out later, we find out he's max defense, Assault Vest, so that way he can take on both sides of my team here, because he thought I had a Lucario, which I was trying to pick up, but Jacob wasn't able to drop it. So I'm going to go ahead and knock off here on that Volt Switch into this Electros here, just so I can get rid of its item. And he does show that he is Assault Vest, and goes ahead and shows that he's also physical, and gets pretty much almost all the way back up to full, about three-quarters of the way. So we're going to go ahead and Huntress here. I'm going to go ahead and Psyshock. Probably should have Calm Minded here, and then I think it would have been in a really good position. I mean, this U-turn does 10 million. But I could have Calm Minded and been in a pretty good spot here against this Tuscan Raider. Now, had I had Psychic and the Calm Mind here, this thing would have been just gone. I think that's probably what I should have ran this week instead of the Psyshock. But the Psyshock, if I wasn't able to get up Calm Mind, did kill the Naligo. So he's going to go ahead and take me out with the Earthquake. We do see he's not Scarfed. I'm going to go into the Dimmu here. I do see... Now, I had originally, for some reason, saw a calc that said that it did more than that 50-ish%, but I was mistaken. So he does switch out here. So I'm going to go ahead and Calm Mind up on his switch, and I'm going to Flamethrower this thing. I probably should have set up a second Calm Mind here. Would have been in a really good spot. Would have only taken that little bit of damage there, but I would have lost my balloon, which is unfortunate. But I can take this thing out here this turn. But we take it out anyway, so I mean, either way it happens. It doesn't change really the outcome, I mean, because I would have had a switch, so had we picked up the kill, we would have been okay, but no, we didn't. So we do see that he is max speed Jolly, so he does outspeed us, and unfortunately takes us out. Now, had we potentially speed tied there, we would have been really good, because I clicked Shadow Ball. That would have taken it out from that range of +1. But I'm going to go into Anthrax here, and I'm going to try to set up again. And I probably should have been more aggressive with my setup this week, because at this point, I was really well off setting up. I could have set up here, and then I don't know what he would have, what this thing gets from it. I think it does get Sludge Bomb. I mean, not +1. But we're going to go ahead and Moonblast and just take this thing out. Boop. Now, here's probably, like I said, here's where here I should have set up again, instead of just going for the Surf, because he just go for the Volt Switch out. Now, had I Calm Minded here, I'd have been in a really good spot, because I'd have been at a lot more HP, and then he would have gone, and he wouldn't been able to go into this or anything else, because I would have just been very safe. He'd have had to go into this to put offensive pressure to Sludge Wave me, and here, predicting the Sludge Wave, I should have gone to my Allegiant, but instead I go to this for some silly reason. I'm like, oh, I'm going to do some damage to this. So I Shadow Ball it here. I'm gonna get the special defense drop, which is fine. I'm gonna go ahead and Power Gem take me out, which was unfortunate. So kind of had to lose Jolteon for no reason there. Alright, so we're gonna go into Allegiant now, and let's see if he. So I found out later this thing does not get Earth Power, but he does have Hidden Power. Something I'm thinking it's Fire, because if it was Fighting, I'm pretty sure that would have killed at +1, but I'm pretty sure but I think it has to be Fire, because of it's still a legendary. But he does have the Babiri Berry, so he does live. So I go to Sucker Punch here because I would have taken it out, but he does make a nice switch here. So I'm going to go ahead and Iron Head. And we see this thing is very bulky. Had I got a flinch there, I'd have been really set. He's going to Aura Sphere me in the next week, which is unfortunate. So I'm going to go down to a crit that really didn't matter at that range. Probably not at all, even if he had like negative special. This thing is 4 times weak. So, and I wasn't Assault Vest, that was Sugar Berry. So I got to go into my last option here, Anthrax, and I'm going to Calm Mind here. Now I probably should have, after he, I should have attacked here the second time. He's going to Floor Cannon. That's going to do a huge chunk, right? So he's going to go down to -1 special attack, and then I go ahead and I Calm Mind up again. But his Volt Switch does like 1,000,000. Even after. I probably should have attacked there, but I don't know what the roll would have been after, but I think I would have been in a better spot had I had just attacked and like KO'd the Magearna. So then he goes out into this thing, right? I click Surf, but obviously it's faster. There was a potential chance that we could have lived, but it wouldn't have mattered. He'd have been able to pick off with Mammal Swine with like just Earthquake or Ice Shard, so it didn't really matter. I wasn't like max speed or anything, so he would have been able to pick off with the Mammal Swine. Even if I was, Mammal Swine is faster since it was Jolly. But that is the game. We go ahead and lose 4-0 to Tyler and the New York Cosmog. We were not able to put him back in the bag. Instead, he came out of the bag and stuffed us in it. So that's fun. So that pretty much puts us out of playoff contention here, which is unfortunate. Had we won this week, and if we could have won next week, would have been good. So that is it, guys. So quick here, while we're here, let's be real. The Colorado Mammal Swine I'll be returning for PMC Season 5. Nothing against, or Season 4, Season 5, Season 4. Nothing against Specs. I just won't have time once the league starts up again. So that's why I chose the new league that we're going to be in. Specs is a great guy. He runs a great league. It's been very fun. Very, very honored to have been chosen to play in the PMC. I just wish I could have been more competition with how the Mons got let out, not having Megas. Really weird season for me. And now I know we didn't have Megas in the IBLAL, but we were able to draft a smaller, kind of more team, so we were able to get a little more synergy than what I kind of drafted here. Now we were originally drafted #1 power rankings after the draft, which was kind of weird, but really I just needed a fighting type, and I just couldn't seem to pick one up. And then like my one chance with Lucario, and that didn't happen either. So that's the team, guys. That's what's going on. Be sure to check out next week for the Battle vs. Blue Rogue and the Grimsby Town Grimers, and hopefully we can at least get another win in. But as always, bros, keep gaming.
Memory, I can't lose, I hold on to you.